Yes, exactly. We're sitting here today with Stuart Hurry of New Home Finders, and we're going to be asking him some questions regarding real estate. Stuart is a buyer's agent. What does that mean, Stuart? What is a buyer's agent?
Well, there's two types of agents, really actually three types of agents. There's the agent that represents the seller, which would be in new construction, would be this person that sits at the site and represents one of the builders. And they work to get the seller, the builder, the most profit for the house and get them the highest price possible. And then there's the buyer's agent, which is what I do, which is I represent the buyer. In 95% of the cases in real estate today, the people are represented by the seller's agent. So, and that's not in the best interest for the buyer. The buyer, my concern is to get the buyer the best price, the best terms, the best conditions possible. And so I'm very loyal to the buyer, and I try to get him the best value possible out there in today's marketplace in the location that they would like.
Oh, okay. Now, you've got over 40 years experience in the real estate industry, is that not true?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. What does this experience mean to someone? What does 40 years experience mean to someone?
Well, in a market like this that is totally unique and totally different than any other market I've seen in those last 40-some years, they really need someone with experience because the market is so different. It used to be that people would sell their home, list their home with a realtor, sell their home, and once their home sold, they'd go out and buy another home. And that's not happening right now. The people that are buying houses today are finding it very difficult to sell the homes that they've got because the home that they presently live in has gone down in value tremendously in the last 4 or 5 years. The market peaked in about 2005, and it has been gradually falling ever since. And you know, now it's starting to get to the bottom, and it still may fall a little bit this year. So what they've discovered is that if they bought in 05 or 06 or 07, the house isn't worth what they paid for it. And so now they're having to work either on a short sale, or if they can't do a short sale, they can try to do a renegotiation with the bank, or what they call a modification. And if that fails, then the next step would be a foreclosure. And of course that's the worst thing that they can have, because that's not going to be something that's going to help their credit in any way. So buyers today, sellers today are really challenged. And it's very hard for them to move up, and they can move down, but they're going to take a large loss on their house. So experience is real important. If they don't have someone that understands short sales and understands the foreclosure process and understands the modification process, then they can get themselves in a lot of trouble. And then there's a lot of new laws and new tax things that have come into play. And I'm not a tax accountant, and I'm not an attorney, but there are a lot of issues that need to be looked at, and that's why experience counts.
Okay, very good. Now, I guess you know how to be successful in this down market.
Absolutely, yes.
And why are you successful in this down market?
Well, because I'm honest and I'm sincere, and I'm very assertive, and I work very hard to make sure that the buyers understand what is needed in this marketplace. And I can answer most of their questions. And unless you have 40 years experience, and unless you've sold hundreds of homes like I have, I've sold over 3,500 homes, if I don't have the answers to the questions, then I will get them. It may be an attorney question, it might be an accounting question, and I can refer them to the right attorney that I know is honest and that's going to give them the right answers. And I can refer them to the right CPA. So.